Welcome here into Statesboro, Georgia, the site of a top 3 battle here as we finish off Week 18 in USL League 1. Tormenta FC hosting Lansing Ignite FC, second matchup this season between the two clubs right here on ESPN+. I'm Chris McCovic bringing the action here from Irk Russell Park. Tormenta coming off a great victory Wednesday night, bounced back for their offense 4-1 over Orlando City B. And it's really been the defense that has held them steady so far this season in the table, but due to the loss by North Texas SC yesterday at the hands of the Triumph, a chance maybe for Tormenta to really gain some ground on the top team in USL League 1. It starts with Pablo Jara in the back, that man there, but it's been sensational between the pipes this season for Tormenta FC. Leads USL League 1 in clean sheets with 9 of his own, has started all matches for Tormenta so far. His back line in front of him with their big bodies along with him between the pipes have been really a steady force for Tormenta this season, especially when the offense has not been able to put the ball in the back of the net. If they're able to continue what they have done against Orlando City B on Wednesday, certainly they'll be in line for the win at home, but just in case it's a tight one towards the end, keep an eye on Hara for maybe a save of the week performance if needed, like we see him do right there against Madison earlier this season. For Lansing on the other side, it's been all about their offense this season, one of the top offensive units here in USL League 1. They've given up 29 goals, though, as a defense this season. That's been the main worry. Overall, this offense, very dynamic. They can spread it out. N4 and Pato have really stepped up here in the last few matches, starting at the top of the formation. They'll look to get the wingbacks involved as well as Moshavani and Moon in the starting 11 tonight, and they'll look to be dynamic as wing presences out there on the squad, along with great forces off the bench as well, and the likes of Celso, among others, that can really impact the game in the second half as they go up against this Tormenta defense. This week, it's really been the week of the road team, with all 3 road teams winning so far this week in League 1 action. Lansing will try to do the same today as we approach the start of the match here on ESPN+, but certainly Tormenta will have their say back here at home. The matchup, top 3 battle, coming up next right here on ESPN+.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Kick your internet into high gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
There was a time when advertising was much more simple. Technology may have changed the way people live, but it offers you exciting new ways to market your business.
That's why CAC keeps up with all the latest trends in advertising methods to help you reach your customers wherever they are.
Targeted, focused internet and television advertising. CAC is your marketing partner that makes it all simple again and makes it all work together for you.
Contact us today and let's keep moving your business forward together.
Welcome back here to Statesboro, Georgia. Tormenta and Lansing doing battle here as we finish off Week 18 in League 1. I'm Chris McCoy bringing you the action here from Irk Russell Park as we get set to take a look at our starting 11s for both sides. And today's starting lineups, of course, brought to you by Coca-Cola. For Tormenta, look, we've been familiar with over the past game or so, but really want to draw your attention towards the bench as the new addition will be in action potentially tonight, Shinya Kadono, as he's now on loan from Loudoun United to Tormenta for the rest of the season. And we'll see maybe how he can impact the squad in the second half as they look to replicate those 4 goals or most of the game this season from Wednesday night. On the other side for Lansing, pretty similar look to what we've seen recently from Lansing. At the top, it will be N4 and Pato. And of course, some power off the bench as usual from Celso and Alex Bruce potentially, as they'll look to get those wingbacks up the field and look to attack this Tormenta defense and get some more chances than they did last time. Once again, those lineups brought to you by Coca-Cola as Charlie Dennis stands over the ball at midfield. Just behind him, you can see Caleb Jackson, who's getting his second consecutive start for Tormenta this evening. Taking a look at our keys to the game now, brought to you by the Clubhouse for Tormenta. Keep the pressure away from this back line, try to force numbers forward, especially on transition. And for Lansing, coming on the road, looking to keep things going on offense as we're underway here on ESPN+. Tormenta and Lansing doing battle. 2 versus 3 here in USL League One, and of course, both teams looking to gain some ground on North Texas after their loss yesterday against the Greenville Triumph. Starting from the back will be Lansing in that 3-back look. Freekick, Freekick, and Stoneman once again settling in there. Stoneman back after a few matches of absence. He came back last week against Toronto FC2. And what was an impressive showing, really stuck to the game plan according to Coach Nate Miller in that match, but unfortunately giving up the lead late to Toronto FC2, which a lot of teams have struggled with keeping leads up there in Toronto at BMO Training Ground so far this season. So not too surprising there, but Richmond able to get the win yesterday in surprising fashion. And okay, now just really a tighter League One table as Richmond is 6 points out of 4th place and 7 points separating 3rd through 9th. Of course, Lansing will be looking to increase that gap a bit. With a win today, they would move even with Tormenta for 2nd place in the League One table. Tormenta in possession now, back at it. Last time they hosted a match here at Irk Russell Park, a 2-1 loss to Madison, where Madison just ran rampant on the wings around Tormenta, and it was an impressive showing at that as well. Today, another transition team meets Tormenta, today in the form of Lansing Ignite, with more of that wing-back look, a bit different than Madison, but certainly a team that can get things going on the offensive end. It's been, as I mentioned, the road team week here really in League One, as already FC Tucson at the half with Chattanooga, and they're up 1-0 at David Stanfield in Chattanooga, so the theme continues here in Week 18. And this time Lansing trying to keep it going as Tormenta will pass it around the back. And Hara looking downfield, and he'll survey things and send it right back over to Lansing. The Ignite, as I mentioned, coming off that 3-3 draw with Toronto. They are at 4 matches unbeaten. Tormenta, that win on Wednesday, snapping a 3-match winless streak. As they return home now, a nice night here in Statesboro as we enter the 3rd minute of action, and both teams feeling each other out. Both teams saw some chances in the last meeting between the two, but Lansing only 3 shots, none of which on target. It was really all Tormenta, and they dictated things on the night. Moshabani here, top of the box, tried to slice it through to Mintzingen, but instead it's halted by Gomez. Up ahead, Jackson couldn't hold up the ball as Morel brings it back. Morel switching more to that left wing look. There's something that Coach Milleracey wanted to change up in this Tormenta side as Dennis slides more centrally. Caleb Jackson up top, of course. And then on the right side, Antley with the dangerous combo of Coutinho as well. And Antley quite the showing in that Wednesday matchup as they had 2 assists, 1 goal, already taking claim for Player of the Week honors as he's on the ball now. Looking for another big night here. It's up to 5 assists now in the season as Lansing will clear this. Back down the other way. Pato trying to win it from Phelps. Instead, he'll take it back. Second in League One and clears is Phelps. St. Ville back over to Knutson, and when Tormenta's in possession, you'll see them with this 3-back look. And of course, when they're defending that 4-back look, as Antley will slide back in to that right back spot. But he certainly likes to launch up the field. First player of the month in League One history, as a foul is called as Jackson fought for the ball with Cerda. Cerda finding himself with another start here today, his 18th of the season, 1 assist overall. Another look here at that tackle. Bringing down Jackson. Coach Milleracey saying ahead of this match he liked Jackson's play, especially off the ball, and holding it up as well for this formation. They like to go with the 4-4-2 look here defensively. And you'll see that there Jackson and Dennis alongside each other. Ball over. Moshabani diving save by Hara. That's how quick this Lansing offense can pop, as Hara getting the stop, diving to his right. One shot on target already tonight for Ignite. Another look here as it's flicked on. Pato over to Moshabani. Through there and by Antley, and Hara reading it very well. It's back to Tormenta, already off to a fun start here in Statesboro. Flicked on by Gomez. Pato running in, but stolen back the other way by Ricardo Gomez. Stolen right back in the midfield. Xavier Gomez stepping up over to Mitzingen. Tiptoeing the sideline, and he'll give it back to his defense. Stoneman will cycle it over to the captain, Freekick. And Koyfix surveying the field. Mitzingen bringing it down past Antley. Cross in, but a bit too low as it hits the feet of Phelps. Here's Coutinho. Tackle, kept it in play. Back to Dennis, who is second in League One in created chances with 34. St. Ville stepping up, part of the team of the week last week in USL League One. A good showing in the scoreless draw with North Texas SC. Won 11 of the 15 duels he was involved in. Morel takes it in. Ricardo Gomez back all the way to Hara, and he'll take it in. Tormenta just giving up 13 goals this season. Up there with the triumph in that category for the top defense here in League One. Two teams that took it to North Texas defensively over the last 3 weeks. Between Tormenta and Greenville's 2 matches with North Texas. Now, over the last 3 matches, North Texas has been shut out at home because of these top 2 defenses in League One. And it's allowed Tormenta to potentially, with a win tonight, be just 2 points behind North Texas in the table. Lansing, though, with many matches played more than the teams around them in the table, they need these points now. And with just 3 matches in the month of August, they certainly are looking for the win tonight. Nate Miller telling us this week that the last time these 2 teams met, he was looking for that defensive consistency to start coming. He challenged his team to get a clean sheet, and they did exactly that, but he said it came at an expense, of course, for the offense in that match. As we'll take a look at this foul, bringing the ball up the field for Tormenta. And a handball there on the ground by Nick Moon. Nick Moon, a player that Nate Miller really compares with Connor Antley. 2 players that like to get up the field, sort of as a wing back, stretching things up the field. Nick Moon has been a solid goal scorer so far this season for Lansing. And 4 in the back of the net. Antley certainly as well for Tormenta. 4 goals of his own with 5 assists for the former Mercer player. St. Ville, the header, up and out of play. Throwing coming for Lansing Ignite FC. Moshabani had that early shot on target. Over to Moon, he's taken down on the tackle. No foul there. There is the flag from the assistant referee. That will halt things as back to Tormenta. Nick Moon getting in a bit of a tussle there. Former Wisconsin-Milwaukee player in college. landed on the ball a bit as St. Bill looked to make a play on it. Haitian defender winning the ball back via the foul. Dennis trying to settle it. Battling with Gomez, and a foul is won by Gomez. Quick restart, though, for Lansing. They'll try the left side now with Stoneman, trying to stretch out this Tormenta shape, but they're very stout, disciplined group. Not showing too much pressure early on as Morel has slid into that left side spot. The Lakeland, Florida native, spending the last 2 years with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. 4 goals so far this campaign for him. He's been at the top for a majority this season of this formation, but with Dennis sliding up there about midway point of the season, he's seen more time as a winger. Antley keeping it from Moshabani in the box, just trying to clear it. Nice little pass out there to Micoletta. Jackson after the ball here. Pressure on Freekick. And it's back to Stefan Cleveland. And Cleveland, a great addition here in the midseason for Lansing Ignite. He's been main goalkeeper since then. Putting together now 12 starts, his 13th today. 41 saves and 4 clean sheets. And Lansing only started seeing clean sheets this season once he took his place in the back of the net. Obviously a tough result for the defense. The 1 point in a 3-3 draw on the road against Toronto last week. So he'll be looking to solidify himself between the pipes here on the road today. Gomez stepping up, works it down the right flank. Here's Nick Moon working against his opposite number, Morel. Morel putting the pressure on Gomez, almost giving the ball up, but he spins back around the pressure. Moon is left open on the right side, knocks it back in, but it's the opposite team there as it's Ricardo Gomez looking it down the field, and Jackson saying, where was that coming? And it goes on back to Lansing. So far, the Ignite dictating things, have the lone shot in this game. As Freekick will cycle it to the far side. Four matches unbeaten, 1-0-3 over that stretch for Lansing, trying to increase it here. Ball sent in, Mintzingen the strike, right past Tara. Lansing up early on the road. The theme continues here in League One this week. And in the 12th minute, it's Mintzingen into the back of the net. Rafa Mintzingen, his 3rd tally of the season. And he has his team up on the road. A replay here. As it's Moon sending the ball in, he'll get the assist and a good little volley to himself for Mintzingen. And Lansing up here on the road and certainly giving the assembly line something to celebrate up at Ozones in Lansing. Ignite continuing their offensive threat from a week ago and over the course of this unbeaten stretch. And pressure on Tormenta just like that. Micoletta trying to make quick work of this defense, but he knocks it out of play. Lansing this season looking at a record of 6-1-3 when they score first. Tormenta when they concede first. 2-3-1, so a couple comeback victories in there for Tormenta. So down, but certainly not out here early on in the 13th minute. That's been Lansing's main problem this season. The comeback results for some of these opponents. It's Lansing with the most draws here in League One, including 5 on the road this season. Mintzingen losing it to Antley. Stolen away, Moshabani cuts it back. Mintzingen in the box. Mintzingen open, looking for the shot, the cross, but just wide of N4. Dennis takes it in, and Lansing has come out firing here in Statesboro, Georgia tonight. Coutinho. Dennis. Gomez trying to keep it from Xavier Gomez, and he'll get it right back here. Jackson retreating. It was 3 early goals for Tormenta against OCB on Wednesday, but Lansing pushing the gas pedal a bit further here so far. 2 shots, 2 on target for Ignite FC. Freekick surveying traffic, pressure from Morel. Third match in 8 days for Tormenta as well. It's been a long week for them, and John Milracy said one of his worries in this match today were those heavy legs, and you keep in mind as well the bus trip over to Orlando City B just on Wednesday and coming back in that time frame as well. Gomez puts it on the Moon. Moshabani stepping up. He's been strong from that spot so far tonight. Bato, Gomez, Moon on the right wing. Sends it in there and volleyed away by Knutson. Moon heads it down. Here's St. Ville. Skying this down the field, just trying to alleviate some of this pressure, but it's taken back in by the Lansing defense. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Getting through the traffic, Lansing again, heavy challenge, and Knutson there called for the foul on the tackle, and he's going to get a yellow card along with it, first of the night. Nikrad Fate, our head official, as we take a look at this tackle back the other way. Excellent run by Elma Enfor, the Cameroonian player, going down due to the challenge. Dangerous free kick here coming for Lansing. That goal before the Lansing's first in the first 15 minutes of a match this season. A majority of their goals have come in the second half, but off to the right foot in this one. Gomez standing over the ball with Moshabani. About a 5-man wall here for Tormenta. Ball sent in, but right at Hara. He'll grab onto it for the save, and he'll sling it out here down the right flank to Connor Antley. Ball sent ahead, targeting Morel, but it's taken in by Cleveland here in the 17th. If you're just joining us, the early goal in the box from Mintzingen, putting Lansing on top. Given away to Morel, but fighting back in there is Gomez. Up out of play, and it's back to the home side, Tormenta. Already for Lansing, nearly totaling their shot count from the last matchup between these two. Antley. Hara trying to reset from the back. Keep in mind that win over OCB on Wednesday, despite just giving up a goal in that match, they did give up 14 shots to Orlando. As they stretch the field a bit now, Tormenta just trying to get out of the back here and get something going towards the opposing box. It's been a struggle to get past this midfield of Lansing so far. Antley. First match of a 3 matches in 8-day span for Lansing Ignite. They'll play Wednesday against Chattanooga at home. Chattanooga side currently down in the second half early on, 1-0 at the hands of FC Tucson. The FC Tucson squad put together a fine effort on the road, 3-1 victory at Greenville last week. Impressive showing by Devin Jomga, especially getting Player of the Week honors here in League One. There's Kyle Venter getting the initial tally here this evening. And he's been such a strong force offensively from the defensive spot. He, Patrick Bunk Anderson of Toronto FC2, and also Connor Antley among some of those faces of defenders that have really struck true on the offensive end. Here is Antley with the throw in on the near side. Stoneman, the quick throw in. Chested down by Pato. And they'll send it down the right flank. Moon settling it back. And they'll cycle it here, trying to stretch out this Tormenta look. Long ball down the right flank. Good run by Nick Moon. He'll settle on this one, trying to get back to the ball. Held back a bit. He will win the foul on the appeal. And a free kick from the right flank, and it will be a yellow card being shown to Jerry St. Ville. The former Palm Beach Atlantic player in college being shown the card from the pocket, his third of the season. Another look here, and you could see pretty clearly Moon being held back by the Tormenta left back. Free kick here for Lansing. Moshabani over it. Moshabani, 2 assists this season. The service sent in. Moon on the back end, but a foul is called previously on Lansing, and it's going to be a free kick taken by Pablo Hara. Trying to take advantage here as Lansing gets set back up. Ricochets back to Coutinho. Dennis working his way to the right flank. Coutinho, little flick over the top. Good run by Morel, but Cleveland is there to pounce on it. Gomez finding his way onto the team of the week in League One with his goal and 10 recoveries last week. Strong in the midfield. He's been strong so far in his 1v1 battles as Serga sends it back over to Koife. And for pressure from Gomez. He takes it right back. Physical battle early on between these two teams, combining for 7 fouls already. Dennis wins it back for Tormenta. Fans follow Tormenta FC and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, US Open Cup, and much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Again, this and 2 other matches in League One going on right now. Madison hosting Orlando City B, and in the second half, it's Chattanooga and FC Tucson going at it. Through ball sent ahead. Antley into the box, towards the end line, puts it in there, but knocked away. Big stop by Freekick. It's a corner kick coming up for Tormenta, brought to you by the Sack Company. Another look at this excellent service and run to Connor Antley. It was Micheletto with the initial pass. Tried to cut it back along the frame, but good look by Freekick to clear it out of there. And the Sack Company corner kick coming up for Tormenta. In the 24th minute, looking to equalize. Ball sent in, and getting a touch there. A free header by Knutson, but maybe a bit too early on that leap, and send it out of play and wide. So Lansing, just like that, 24 minutes in, as many shots as they had in the previous matchup between these two at 3. All 3 shots on target for the away side. So far to this point, Possession slightly in favor of Lansing. 52-48 as Moon has to retreat for this one. Stoneman stepping up. Former Chicago FC United player, cycling it around his back. Stoneman down the left flank. Mitzingen brought down by Antley there. Possession back to Morel, Dennis, and Tormenta. They'll bring it back through the back. Down the left side. Nicoletto taking it in. USL League 2 playoffs. I should say national semifinals this weekend going on, with a match going on right now in the state of Michigan. It's Flint City Bucks going up against FC Golden State Force. And of course, they'll play the winner of the matchup going on in this field tomorrow night. We'll have more on that at halftime, as it's Tormenta 2 facing off with the defending League 2 runners-up in Reading United AC, making the trip down from the Philadelphia area for that match. And Marco Micheletto, actually, curious to see who he's pulling for in that match coming tomorrow night, as he spent a year with Reading United and then a year with Tormenta 2 before taking his talents here to the Tormenta side in USL League 1. Dennis chopped down on that tackle. Now be brought back for a Tormenta free kick here, as Gomez is called for the foul. Another look at this foul called. As Gomez and Dennis sticking out their feet there. Excuse me, Serda on the play. As Dennis stands over this free kick. Chips it in there, dangerous one, knocked up in the air, still dangerous as Koifik over to Micheletto. Lays it off, Coutinho deflected away. Up and out, it's a throw-in coming for Tormenta. Dennis will take it. Micheletto after it. Toe pokes it to keep it away from Moshabane on the transition. Here's Gomez. Micheletto down the right flank. Here's Dennis. Coutinho back to Dennis. Can't find a good look, and they have to force it back through the defensive line. That's been the issue so far for Tormenta. They can't break down this Lansing midfield. They've been so strong so far here on the road. St. Ville, a yellow card already this evening, as Knutson will cycle it over to Phelps, who will bash it down the right flank. A run by Antley. Looks like he'll keep this in play. Nice little flick into the box, but an easy grab coming for the Dayton, Ohio native, Stefan Cleveland. Stoneman left flank. One shot for Tormenta so far, 3 all on target for Lansing. Here in the 29th minute. Moon deciphering traffic. Knocked up into the air. Lansing so far calm, cool, and collected. Very patient on the ball here this evening on the road. Gomez out wide. Here's N4, up to Moon. Cuts it back, St. Ville is there. Pressure from N4, but he's able to clear it. Up and out of play down that left flank. Tormenta 5-1-1 at home this season. That one blemish coming at the hands of Madison a few weeks ago. A 2-1 loss for Tormenta. N4 being held back by St. Ville into the box. Boshabani, another look over to Menzingen. Strikes it true, but saved on the dive by Hara. Corner kick coming for Lansing. Another big stop by Hara. Another look at this one. Again, Menzingen striking from the middle of the box. Moshabani over to him. A good look at that, forcing the save from the Chilean keeper. Here in the 30th minute, another chance for Lansing. Ball whipped in there. Dangerous bounce, looking for the handball. It will be called on St. Ville. Remember, he's on a yellow card already as well. It looks like the officials will talk this one over. For now, it is called a penalty kick on the field in favor of Lansing. A huge call coming here. The hop here, it looks like off the side of St. Ville, maybe deflecting off his hand as well. And it looks like still deliberations here on what the actual call is between the two teams. And it looks like maybe a drop ball coming between the two. But with Lansing up 1-0 on the road, a huge call here either way. Oh, look at this play, and does not look like, very close at least, but does not look like St. Ville had a look at that as the drop ball continues play here into the box and cleared by Josh Phelps. So credit to the officiating staff, able to deliberate over that and get the correct call down as Lansing back in possession. But St. Ville, a player already on a yellow card in tonight's match. He and Knutson out there on yellow cards for Tormenta. Of course, that half of the back line for the home side. Something to keep an eye on. As Moon steps forward, St. Ville misses the tackle. Chip ball in there. This might stay in play. Indeed it does. As Lansing will reset with Stoneman. Gomez. And back all the way with the back line, and they'll survey things from there. Again, a win today would put Lansing in a tie for second with Tormenta at 29 points. Ball sent in and cleared in the end. Gomez trying to fight through traffic against Moshabani. Good tackle there, getting all ball. Pretty clear foul there by Morel. It's back to Ignite. Looking for the latest USL League One news and content? Follow at USL League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. I see one of these Pablo Hara saves already up for save of the week in this coming week so far in this match. As Lansing back on possession and certainly up 1-0 here on the road. They can take their time with the ball. Sereda knocked down by Gomez, foul from behind, and it's a free kick for Lansing. 10 fouls combined between the two teams now. as Freekick steps up. Over to Moshabani. N4, quick turn, met by Knutson. Back to N4, the strike off the crossbar. Moshabani back in there, cleared by Antley. What a strike by Elma N4. As once again trying to make the Sports Center top 10 with that strike from the top of the box. But Hara, just like at North Texas, getting the help of the woodwork to keep out the opponent. Dennis trying to find some room, and that's the story so far. Tormenta just can't break through this midfield. Most dangerous opportunity, that Antley run to the right side of the box, late tackle, and Koifik will be given the card on his tackle of Morel. This will be brought back as the card was presented. Free kick for Tormenta. For Koifik, his second of the season. Another look here. Pretty late tackle by Koifik as Morel rose to take the ball. Will be quickly taken by Micheletto. He'll get it right back. And we're off and running here. Minute 36, 1-0 Lansing on the Mincing in goal. Happy to have you with us here from Statesboro, Georgia. I'm Chris Kovic, bringing you the action here on ESPN+. One of 3 games here in League One today. We had 3 matches overall this week in League One play as Micheletto breaks through the defense. Dennis lining up the shot, and just wide of that right post as Cleveland made the dive to his left. Sigh of relief for the Chicago Fire Loney. As Dennis, a sharp strike there, slinging the ball low, but just wide. Stoneman. Back to Freekick. This Lansing defense has looked really good so far, and that's what we talked about in the pregame. The need for this defense to really step up after giving up 8 goals in the last 4 matches, despite having a 1-0-3 record over that span. Mid-singing. Shabani. Knocked out. This will go in favor of Charlie Dennis and Tormenta. Tormenta more of a second half team this season offensively. They've scored 4 of their 21 goals in the first half, as 17 have come in the second half, and certainly that's the majority in their number. As they've taken advantage a few times this season of the transition attack, especially in the second half. Freekick back out wide as the ball will sail up to Nick Moon. Barely keeps it in play, out off of Jackson. It's a throw-in for Lansing. Stoneman stepping up. Moon 1v1 with St. Bill. Back out wide, and Lansing trying to still draw out Tormenta. They're not biting though. As N4 barely keeps it in play. No, he did not, in fact, as it went out. Jackson looking to quickly take the throw, and he'll give it off to St. Bill as Tormenta looks to strike for an equalizer before the break. Ball went out of play, back to Ignite FC just like that. No shots on target yet for Tormenta, 4 for Lansing, including that goal, of course, from Menzingen. Antley surveys and sends the long ball towards Jackson. He runs onto it against Freekick. Jackson to Coutinho. Triple team there as he'll have to give it back towards the midfield. Gomez to Phelps as this back line for Tormenta steps way up the field. And Antley maybe a slip there, couldn't get to that ball in time. Out for a Lansing throw-in. Over the top, Knutson has to deal with this one back to Hara. N4 with the pressure, but Hara will sky this out of play. As Stoneman will take the throw in. Pato, give and go, he'll get the ball back against Phelps, brought down. As it will stay with Lansing. Fighting in there was N4, but Knutson deals with it out of play. A corner kick coming for Lansing Ignite, looking to strike just before the break. Chattanooga has equalized up at David Stanton Field, 1-1 with FC Tucson in the 80th. Still scoreless between OCB and Madison. As this service comes in, headed free past the frame. It looks like Phelps got maybe a header to it, and indeed he did. It went out of play. Corner kick on the far side as Moshabani heads over to take this one. Madison, a team certainly trying to stay with the pack in the middle of this table. They're slipping towards the Richmond and Orlando City B end of things so far here in week 18. Ball sent in by Moshabani, headed by Phelps, won once again. But Lansing back at midfield with possession. This ball sails out of play, throw in for Tormenta. Lansing a slight edge in possession as they'll have to clear this ball off the field. Coming up on our Optum Healthcare halftime report, we'll take a look at that USL League 2 National Semifinal coming to Irk Russell Park tomorrow night. And of course, all the other storylines around League 1, what has transpired so far this week to shuffle up this table. No home teams have won so far this week. And that's the storyline continuing, at least at this point, in Chattanooga, in Statesboro, Georgia, and also in Madison, Wisconsin. We'll have to see if these teams can change things in the second half. It's time dwindling here in the first 45 for Tormenta to equalize. Tried a long ball here, but no one there making the run as it settles in to Cleveland. Cleveland not having to deal with too much here in this first half so far, facing no shots on target from Tormenta. Cleveland, 41 saves this season. Player of the month for June here in League One as he helped this Lansing defense really solidify themselves as the season has gone on. Coach Nate Miller saying really adding some great distribution from the back end, communication for this squad. Esmond Zingen thought he had the handball. Micheletto will go after this one. Players flying after the ball, no call. Jackson out of the chaos trying to settle it, but it's back to Moshabane. Boyfik stepping up. And back to Gomez as they slow things down as we approach halftime here on ESPN+. Waiting to hear stoppage time from the sideline. At the moment, hearing a rumor of 2 minutes. Not too much in the way of that coming. Hydration break not needed this evening here in Statesboro. Gomez, bit of room here to work as he'll step up the field. Ball sent down the left flank. Chested down by Antley, a smart move by the right back as Hara can take it in. Two minutes of stoppage time indeed is the number as St. Ville is forced into an awkward situation, has to force the ball out of play. Throwing coming for Moon and Lansing. Tiptoeing the sideline, staying in play and cutting in. Stopped by Micheletto on the challenge. Foul called against N4. Back and forth situation being calmed, as it's a free kick to the home side. About 90 seconds remaining here in the stoppage time period. N4 still pleading his case with the head official, but it will be a Micheletto free kick and he'll lay it off here. Maybe both teams looking for the locker room at this point. Moshabane went for the through ball to Mint Zingen, but he was covered pretty well by 3 Tormenta players. As really, Tormenta will be back to the drawing board as we enter the second half upcoming. As Lansing came out firing, nearly had a PK as well in their favor before the call was reversed. Mint Zingen with that early strike and a few other saves that Pablo Hara has had to parry away. Micheletto taking a tumble after the challenge by Stoneman. He'll have a free kick at midfield. Might be the final kick here for Tormenta. As Mint Zingen is forced to take a step back as Antley was looking for the card there. As off to reset this kick, and that is usually an automatic yellow card. Indeed it is. As Mint Zingen did not retreat enough there for Antley to take the free kick. Not much the referee can change about that, as Mint Zingen will be in the book for the 3rd time this season. Antley back over the ball. As that is now the 4th yellow card of this first half. Antley towards the box. Headed up and away, and N4 clears it. And that will do it for the first 45 here in Statesboro. 1-0 to Lansing. They got off to a quick early start with the goal from Mint Zingen, their first goal in the first 15 minutes of play of a match this season. Tormenta back to the drawing board here at home. They've scored a majority of their goals in the second half. We'll see what they can do here in their home confines of Irk Russell Park, but currently facing their 2nd loss potentially at home this season. Coming up on our Optum Healthcare halftime report, we will take a look at it here. Ball sent in. Mint Zingen, the strike. Right past matchup coming up tomorrow here at Irk Russell Park. For now, though, here in League One, it's Lansing 1, Tormenta 0 here on ESPN+.
Kick your internet into high gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
We are world changers. We learn by doing, and our training prepares us for direct impact in our field. We are scholars. Even as undergrads, we work alongside our faculty to solve challenges facing our region, our state, and our world. We are leaders, experts, working with business and government partners for economic growth. This is Georgia Southern University, and we are the Eagle Nation.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Welcome into our Optum Healthcare halftime report as we await the second half between Tormenta and Lansing. League 1 going on tonight, but tomorrow night, USL League 2 taking center stage here in Statesboro, Georgia, as it is for the first time Tormenta 2 making it into the USL League 2 national semifinals, and they will be hosting Reading United AC. And keep in mind, Reading United making it all the way to the final last season before falling, of course, to Calgary Foothills FC, but an enticing matchup for sure. The Southern Conference champions in South Georgia, Tormenta, put together 9 goals in the back of the net in their wins over the Villages SC and Brazos Valley Cavalry in the Southern Conference Championship. Reading, meanwhile, though, they've been strong on the defensive end all season. They had to eke out a PK shootout against GPS Portland Phoenix and then a 1-0 win over Western Mass Pioneers in their Eastern Conference Championship to win back-to-back Eastern Conference titles in USL League 2. So should be a fun one. Both teams with defenses giving up less than a goal per game during the regular season, and you can catch that tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here at Irk Russell Park at 8 p.m. And, of course, a live stream will be available if you're unable to make it out to the match. But see the next generation maybe of Tormenta players that will be coming down the line here to USL League 1. Bringing it back to USL League 1, Greenville Triumph, the next opponent for Tormenta, a 7 p.m. start next Saturday in Greenville, South Carolina. In Greenville, one of the top defenses in League 1 along with Tormenta. They've put together some fantastic matchups this season in Greenville. A hot team considering the result yesterday, 4-0 at North Texas SC, getting the 3 points and the second clean sheet for Greenville against North Texas this season. A couple other fun matchups coming up for Tormenta, including 2 against Chattanooga here at Irk Russell Park. That August 21st one, a rescheduling of that matchup that was postponed a few weeks ago. And again, another matchup, second time this season at North Texas for Tormenta, coming up on August 27th. For Lansing on the other side, they will see that hot Chattanooga squad that has risen up the table. They haven't had a ton of wins in this unbeaten stretch, but they've been able to eke out some points, some big comeback wins, and they'll look to do it again tonight against FC Tucson, also going on right now on ESPN+. So this Chattanooga squad, next test for Lansing, 2 teams that like to get after it offensively, at least of late. Lansing, some other faces they'll see on the upcoming schedule. 2 matchups with OCB, a team that Lansing took advantage of, a 2-0 victory a few weeks ago at Cooley Law School Stadium. And of course, 2 tough matchups against 2 teams that really like to spread out the attack and get things going on the field in North Texas and FC Tucson. Coming up, we'll take a look behind the scenes with New Mexico United. They've been great on the field in their first season of USL Championship play, but maybe even better off of it. as we continue our Optum Healthcare halftime report.
It's Freighter! What a hit! Crossing in, it's a goal! Pizza better not delay myself. Omar Salgado, the hometown hero.
Streaking run from Josh Suggs.
Cross keeps the bitter! Another brace! Mower!
There's so much pride in this state. There's, I think, been so much pent-up demand in people who have just been looking for a way to shine and come through, and they're so capable. Some of the best people in the world live in New Mexico.
This idea was sort of born from that, why don't we have a section in our stadium that is devoted entirely to the underserved, the underprivileged, maybe kids who would never have the opportunity to come do this, or public servants in our community, firefighters, teachers.
It's really about uniting to the community. It's really about seeing positive outcomes for people. When I see a positive outcome for someone and I see someone start to believe in themselves more and understand what their capabilities are, it makes me feel so happy because I think oftentimes people aren't in a situation where they're able to really fully shine. And we have, individually, we have so much inside. It's probably so much more than we're even allowed or think we can give every day. So let's create a platform that gives and encourages giving and encourages community. And I think if we do that, we can make a real change.
For example, we have the YMCA coming, so we gave 75 tickets there. There was 150 tickets went to Herman Sanchez Community Center, and then the others went to other kids in the community that really would not have this opportunity.
But by the way, if it was gone and someone else wanted to get in, we'd make it happen. It's for everybody.
So it's a way to spread goodwill in our own community to the people who need it most.
It's not just about a game anymore. New Mexico's really out there making a statement.
We wanted everybody from Albuquerque to Santa Fe to the eastern and western corners of the state, southern. You're part of this team. You're part of this family. It's a movement really more than anything else, and we want everyone to know that they're a part of it. That's what our name means, United.
Welcome back here into the Optum Healthcare halftime report here in Statesboro, Georgia. News and notes from around USL League One. Change at the top for OCB after that loss against Tormenta on Wednesday. It's Cibaja taking over tonight up in Madison. 0-0 at the break in that one. And of course, home teams have not been that successful this week. Chattanooga, though, they stay unbeaten at home with the draw now up against FC Tucson at David Sandfield. Devin Jomka, a brace against Greenville last week. That got him Player of the Week honors in League One. As we take a look at Team of the Week, he in there with a few of his teammates. And from tonight's match, Gomez and St. Ville in there as well with results for their sides. Both draws last week in League One. Taking a look now at our goalkeeping battle here in League One. Dallas J and Pablo Hara at the top so far this season with the help of their full defensive units. As we saw tonight, Hara, some amazing saves out there, so keep an eye on those two, along with Mangles and Avila, some incredible saves this season from them. As we take a look around League One here today in today's action, as Chattanooga and Tucson deep in stoppage time and a full time there at 1-1 apiece in the draw, and OCB and Fort Mass still going at it 0-0 at Breese Stevens Field. Coming up this upcoming week in League One, 2 Wednesday matchups for you as Toronto and Madison do battle, Lansing and Chattanooga as well. And as I mentioned before, 2 matchups for Lansing next week as they'll meet Orlando City B as well coming up next Saturday. As we move deeper into our Optum Healthcare halftime report, we're going to take a look at first half highlights and stats after this break right here on ESPN+.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Your future is within reach at Georgia Southern.
Discover one vibrant university with 3 distinctive campuses
and a world full of possibilities.
You'll be part of a proud legacy of academic excellence and innovation.
Expand your horizons with more opportunities than you've ever imagined and become your most exceptional self.
It's time to spread your wings. Come join us at Georgia Southern.
Come join us at Georgia Southern.
Come join us at Georgia Southern.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
Welcome back into Irk Russell Park as we finish off our Optum Healthcare halftime report. Lansing up 1-0 as we take a look at our first half highlights here in this match so far. It was Lansing getting off on the right foot here on the road. No home teams winning in League One so far this week as we enter the final 2 matches this weekend. Pato over to Moshe Bani. A great strike there, but Hara getting the early save in this match, but that really set the tone for Ignite FC here this evening. Nick Moon has been strong on that right wing. He puts a ball in here. Minzingen settles it himself in a dangerous bouncer right past Hara. Another look at it here as Moon deciphers the defense on the far side, puts in one of those dangerous crosses that he does. And Minzingen, a nice touch there, getting it in the back of the net. 1-0 to Lansing early on, but the chances kept flying as Lansing in the end would muster 4 shots on target of their 5 shots total. And more kept on coming against Hara. Minzingen's been strong there, striking the ball nearly same spot, forcing the save out of Hara. He's had a good night so far despite that early goal allowed. As Lansing will certainly look to keep up the pressure as we enter the second half. Tormenta, no shots on target in that first half of play. They will certainly look to keep things going as they continue this home match. And for maybe the best secondary chance of that first half of action off the crossbar. And Moshe Bani unable to get a second chance going on that one. Dennis, a hefty strike from far out, but why? Cleveland didn't need to worry about that one. As I mentioned before, no shots on target for Tormenta at the break, but 4 for Lansing. So Lansing certainly, you can argue, dictating things so far on the road in this match. It's great confidence for them as they enter the second half. Possession leaning their way a bit. It is a physical battle, though, with 4 yellow cards combined so far in the proceedings in front of us, and 14 fouls combined as we look back out on Irk Russell Park. Again, I'm Chris Makoviak bringing the action here on ESPN+. Statesboro, Georgia, our venue here this evening as Lansing looks to pull 3 points back with them to Cooley Law School Stadium up in Lansing, Michigan. Here on ESPN Plus tonight, one of 2 matchups still going on here in League One action in Week 18 as Orlando City B and Forward Madison 0-0 at the break at Breese Stevens Field up in the state of Wisconsin. Tormenta here in front of us looking to get off on the right foot here in the second half. They've scored 17 of their 21 goals this season in the second half. As they look to pounce on the opportunity here, but that's exactly the problem. The midfield and the pressure from Lansing has been so much, they've been so strong, and forcing fouls like that at times as well. Moshe Bani drawing that one as the South African player will potentially take the set piece here on the far side. Another look at this foul on the far flank. As he was taken down there by Gomez. Quick grab at the jersey on the front. Again, Lansing 6-1-3 this season when scoring first. Tormenta at 2-3-1 when conceding first. Just 2 comeback wins there for for Tormenta, excuse me, so keep that in mind as we continue in this second half. Both these teams, good recent strides. Lansing, 4-match unbeaten streak, but just 1 win over that stretch. And for Tormenta, bouncing back in their last match, 4-1 victory over Orlando City B, and 2 matches unbeaten for the home side. Moshabani settling this one, the strike, but skying that one well outside Irk Russell Park, and it's a goal kick coming for Pablo Hara as he seeks the ball here to kick back into play. Not as much success on those wing spots for Tormenta here tonight, at least so far. Connor Antley was running free, really, with Micheletto early on against Orlando City B on Wednesday. But Lansing has locked things down well defensively, and you can argue that really they equalize that counterattack ability on the wings that Tormenta has with Antley, with Nick Moon. He's been so strong on that right flank, battling with St. Bill, who is on a yellow card, and that has made things more difficult with what aggression he can bring defensively. Jackson forcing the tackle, that goes out of play. See which way this one goes. Cleveland seeking the ball, so this will be a goal kick for Lansing Ignite. Another look here is Jackson getting in on the action down that left flank. He's been quiet so far in this match. Tried to maybe draw the foul on the end of that one, but not drawing the whistle. As Cleveland over the ball. We'll see if Tormenta brings a bit of more urgent pressure here in the second half. They've been sturdy and disciplined at the back, but Lansing's been able to penetrate really well on that right wing, bring the ball centrally, and attack from the top of the box. It's been the hole so far, if there is one out there for Tormenta. Cleveland into this one, sending it down midfield. Gomez heads it on and volleyed back the other way by Josh Phelps. Knocked through Knutson, and he'll give his keeper a touch as the Chilean Hara takes it in over to Connor Antley. Antley finding some room down the left flank. Working at that left back spot now. Cross sent in low, one deflected by Koifik, out of play, and we have a corner kick coming for Tormenta, just their second of the match. Zach Company corner kick right here, and a chance maybe to equalize. And Micheletto will come over to take this. Again, presented by the Sack Company. Micheletto on the ball. He has 2 assists this season. Ball sent in, but over everyone, curling out of play. Goal kick for Cleveland and Lansing Ignite. Ignite, the problem has been at times this season giving up these leads in the second half, and certainly that probably was the message into this one. Get out ahead and keep it, of course, after giving up a 2-goal lead at Toronto last week in the second half. Five draws on the road for Lansing this season, 2 wins. Well, Tormenta at home, just that 1 loss at home, as Phelps will volley this out of play. But Lansing, one of 2 teams, just them and Forward Madison this season, to get points, get a result here at Irk Russell Park. All other teams have facing the loss column in their record. As Moon will take this throw in on the far side. Batted back the other way by Tormenta. Jackson after it, but nothing coming as Lansing looks to build here in the 51st. Ball out of play. It looks like it will be a throw-in. Moshabane. Knocked off the ball by Gomez. Phelps, Micheletto. Good combo play by Tormenta, trying to build forward, deflected out of play. Tormenta with the throw in here at home. Throw incoming. Dennis knocked off the ball. So it looks like at the break maybe a substitution for Tormenta, as it looks like Jad Arslan's out there for the home side. Filling in on that right back spot, and Antley moving over to left back spot, and that kind of explains things why he moved over to this wing. And it's a smart move by Coach John Miller-Racy, considering St. Ville's had a tough battle really with Nick Moon over there, and St. Ville already on a yellow card, so not too surprising to see Arslan come in to that right back spot. We've seen him play fullback a few times this season. And certainly as a midfielder can get up the field maybe a bit more. As Gomez, poor touch on that one, as Arslan is forced to cause the foul, and a free kick to Lansing. As it was Mintzingen drawing the foul. Replay on this one. As it is Arslan taking down the Lansing forward. Mintzingen, the early goal scorer in this match, on the assist from Nick Moon. As it's a free kick here for Lansing Ignite. Two-man wall for Tormenta. Ball sent into the box. Headed up off the crossbar. Antley the volley. Not too far though, as pressure's still on. Moshabani. N4. The strike, the curl, and stopped by Phelps. Getting the deflection, blocking the shot. And Lansing almost punching through for his second foul called on Morel. See which way this is going. And actually, there it going against Lansing. Ball back to Tormenta. But what a string of chances for Lansing, as the header off the crossbar. Deflection along the way, and Hara again for the second time in this match. Tormenta staying in it with the help of the crossbar. As N4 again putting a great strike in. That would have found its way on target, but Phelps there getting his knee in the way just in time. And Gomez over the ball. So Tormenta getting the help of some woodwork here tonight, here in Irk Russell Park. And it keeps Lansing from the insurance tally. Really needed to cement things down here in the second half on the road. Gomez sends it down the field, but right back to Koifik. And Lansing Ignite. A good portion of Lansing's goals have come in the first 15 minutes of the second half this season. 10 of them to be exact, of their now 28 total this season. Ball out of play. Lansing back on the attack just like that, as Gomez will head over to take it. The Chicago native standing over the ball. Former Minnesota United draft pick. He'll service this in. Bending one, dangerous, headed off of Knutson, out of play. Corner kick from the other end now for Lansing. Again, a dangerous situation being forced by Lansing. As Knutson luckily backing up to that back post. You'll see him there, as it was Pato, among other orange jerseys, getting caught up there in the middle. Mushabani on the near flank now to take this corner kick. Another chance here for Lansing to put some danger in there for Tormenta. Moshabani over everyone, but maybe more of a set play as it's headed on, but nothing really doing there. Can't get a powerful header on goal from that far out. And Hara will take the goal kick gladly after that. String of chances for Lansing here on the road. Lansing looking for their second clean sheet this season on Tormenta. Both would be on the road as well. Antley stuck in the corner. Couple orange jerseys around him, not much he can do about it. Ball went out of play. It's a throw-in coming for Lansing. '52nd minute. Up at Brees Stevens Field in Madison, 0-0 between the Flamingos and Orlando City B. As Phelps brings it back, pressure from Pato, but works it on back to Hara. That's one interesting thing to keep an eye out now tonight and also next week with the head coaching change at the top. Does Orlando City B really change things up tactically at all, and with their personnel as well in the squad? Sibaha is was an academy coach with the Orlando City SC organization, coaching the U19 side. And maybe some new faces pop up here for Orlando City B in the coming weeks. Stepping up here, Lansing working the right flank. And for shoved off the ball, Micoletta, some words for the head official. And a substitution here for Tormenta, as it will be Neil Vignals coming on for Caleb Jackson. Vignals missing the last match against Orlando City B midweek due to his red card coming last week against North Texas. And now back on here, typical starter this season for Tormenta. His first match actually coming on as a sub this season. He had 16 starts before this. Cleveland working it out of the back over to Koifik. Oshabani will work it back through the defense. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including in the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Ball being sent back to Tormenta here. As again, Antley trying to take the free kick, but Stoneman not retreating. But still a pack of players standing there. Antley trying to take advantage of the situation, draw a card. But again, a Lansing player may get a card here because of not retreating, and indeed that is the case. And that is Grant Stoneman, who has struggled with the cards being shown this season, as he's in the books. So add another yellow card so far here today to the long list. We're up to 5 now. Gomez standing over the ball. He'll take the short route on this free kick. Tormenta, so far, we haven't seen really any changes in their strategy at this point. It's still Lansing coming full force back the other way. As Dennis, a bit deeper here, will pass it off to his center backs. Here's Gomez, left side. Nine shots for Lansing, 4 on target. Tormenta still yet to get a shot on target here at home. Morel down the right flank. He'll get it back on the give and go. Grabbed a bit there on the back end of that one. Advantage looked to be played by the head official, and indeed it will be a free kick to Tormenta after that foul. Physical battle so far this evening. Another foul to the list, and take a look here. Beautiful play here by Tormenta, and a quick grab on the back end of that as Morel went dashing forward. It was Gomez, the culprit, on the foul. Now up to 20 fouls combined between the two teams, 12 of which by Lansing. Free kick here to be taken by Dennis. Here in the 62nd, looking to equalize. Tormenta at home. Ball sent in, headed up by Freekick. Top of the box, Vigneault's on it. He'll give it off. And Tormenta finding some room. Dennis nearly same spot. Service in, headed on, but out of play. There's Phelps there. Dangerous in the area, in the box still from that set piece. Goal kick coming for Cleveland. We'll take another look at this chance. As Dennis once again the service in, the back header there, and clearly off target as well. The stakes in this match huge, as it's a 2v3 battle in the table. A win for either today would be great. Here to move up the table and really chop off some of those points that are between them and North Texas. Tormenta win today. They're 2 points behind North Texas. For Lansing, with still many teams around them with a couple matches in hand on Ignite, would get them closer there to the top of the table, as they would be tied for second with Tormenta on points. As Mintzingen dashing back the other way, working against Phelps. Phelps doing enough there with the 50-50 shoulder to shoulder. Ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Lansing. And then Ignite FC certainly taking their time here. Next week, both their matches at home, that is for Lansing, while Tormenta going on the road at Greenville. Another edition of that regional rivalry. And great defensive battles in those matches so far. Freekick. Ball over the top, but well too far for N4, as Hara will keep that in play and look to get his team going here from the back with a bit of hustle here. Down the right flank, there's Arslan, but gives it off immediately on a bad pass intended for Dennis. Gomez the interception, and it's back to Lansing. Over the top, Pato after it. Tiptoeing the sidelines into the assistant referee, and ball going the other way back to Tormenta. The home side still unable to break through here with some opportunities. As this Lansing defense has been strong this evening. Coach Milleracey saying this week, evaluating the last time these two teams met, that it was really a dominant performance by his bunch, but they just didn't have that bite in the final third, and that's really what we're seeing tonight as well. They just can't penetrate that final third here this evening. As that ball well out of play, and it's a throw in here for Lansing. Knocked down, Arslan will clear it down the field. Brought down by Morel. Morel through traffic, no call there on the tackle, clean by Lansing, and it's back to Cleveland. Surveying traffic, looking for his 5th clean sheet of the season. Stoneman back to Cleveland, pressure from Tormenta, but dealt well with. Lushabani down to N4. Some room opening up as the through ball to Pato, but cleared there between Phelps and Antley. Gomez Acerda, and certainly so far this evening, Lansing winning the midfield battle. Micheletto toe pokes that one, keeps it in play. Phelps over to the right wing, they'll try this again, but no, back to Hara. As Tormenta still did not get down the field. They're up to 4 shots now, but none on target. As that goes out of play, and Antley left staring. as a frustrating night continues for John Milaresi and his squad here. Stoneman takes the throw in. And for a quick move around, Antley brought down from behind. And a good chance here and an insurance tally for Lansing Ignite. So they'll be able to set up shop here in the 67th. Substitution coming on for Lansing Ignite. It's Kyle Carr coming on for Moshobane. Maybe adding more of a defensive presence, looking for this win on the road. Carr making his 17th appearance this season for Lansing Ignite, the former Liberty University player and Lansing United player in USL League 2. Midfield threat, and also has spent time on the back line this season for Lansing. We'll see how their look adjusts with the addition of Carr on the field. For now, though, Gomez over the ball. Free kick for Lansing. Service into the box. Headed up and away by Dennis. Running back is Koyfik, but Menzingen gets there first. Out of play, though, can't handle the ball. And it's a throw in here for Arslan. Dennis takes the ball in. Will knock it back over to Phelps, who clears it downfield. Carr, first touch in the match, he'll draw the foul. And Lansing back in possession here in the 69. Down the left flank. Moon working against Arslan. He'll get by the defender. Puts the cross in. Dangerous one, but floats through the box untouched. Tormenta the throw here in the final third of their own territory. Fans follow Tormenta, Lansing, and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, US Open Cup, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Vignals breaking down some traffic. Open on the right wing now is Dennis. Some room in front of him. With Moon stepping up, he'll have to give it off to Coutinho. Flick ahead, Micheletto in the box, falls there against Stoneman. Tormenta faithful want the foul, but nothing coming there. On the 50-50 between Stoneman and Micheletto. Another look here. Ball scooped up by Cleveland as we continue play. Down the right flank, here comes Stoneman. Around Antley, but scooped away by Knutson. The Central Arkansas player back in his college days. Clearing the ball up and out of play. There'll be a throw in here for Lansing, taking their time with this one here in the 70th. Coutinho fighting through the pressure from Cerda. Gomez, Dennis. Advantage played. Vignals to Micheletto on this near side flank. Vignals spinning through traffic. Sends it back to Antley. And Tormenta a bit more upbeat here with their passing around. As Dennis brought down by Gomez. And Dennis feeling the pain after that one. See if he's all right. Indeed, he looks to be. As he'll walk away from that play. And a quick restart by Tormenta. Brought down by Morel. Through traffic, trying to find an opening, can't. Closed down by Kyle Carr, and he gives the ball off outside the box. Micheletto over to Antley on the near side flank. Antley sizing things up, the cross there, almost a great flick in by Morel. Got a touch to it, but sailed it wide right of the frame. Another look here as Tormenta finding the combo play they've been looking for all night. and nearly turning it into a goal, as a deflection there may have taken place as well along the way. But Morel nearly finding his 5th of the season. Some confidence at the least there for Tormenta. Get things going here in the final 19 minutes of regulation. Mitzingen through ball, Moon on the run, but Knutson there to sweep it away once again. You see there the Cat 5 supporters in the stands looking for that equalizer. But I'm sure the assembly line up at Ozones in Lansing, content with the 1-0 lead they have right now. They'd love an insurance tally, but 3 points on the road against the second team in the table right now would be a huge result for Lansing. Moon opening things up, deflection that helps the ball along here on the near flank as Stoneman takes it in. Deflection off Micheletto, and it stays with Ignite FC. Corner kick to come for Lansing. Who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL League One Power Rankings, only on USLLeague1.com. And Lansing with a result like this to continue their unbeaten run of 4 matches to 5 matches certainly would improve their stock in those power rankings. As Gomez takes the corner kick. Ball sent in. No orange jerseys in the area though. As Vignals takes it. Working against his opposite number, Carr. Helping out there is Moon. And enough there to get it over to Dennis here in the 74th. Tormenta streaking the other way. Just 5 shots for Tormenta tonight at home. None still on target. 9 of which for Lansing, 4 on target. They open things up in the last few minutes. Can Tormenta do the same here from their wing play? Antley was key last time. He gives the ball off now to Micheletto and cycles it back over to Gomez. Gomez surveying traffic. Vignals finding an opening on the give and go. He gets it back. And closed down quickly by this Lansing midfield. Micheletto out wide to Arslan, the sub on here to start the second half. If you're just joining us early on in this match, Mitzingen the goal off the assists on the cross from Moon. And it's been Lansing with most of the chances so far this evening. 2 shots off the crossbar as Enfor pounces on this one, going the other way, stopped by Phelps, so a great halt there by the center back. Enfor is down in the box. Serda sends it back the other way as Enfor still down. And it'll be cleared out of play by Knutson as Enfor will be looked at here. Hara checking on his opponent as Enfor pouncing on this ball, deflected off of Knutson as Phelps came running in and won that ball. A big stop by the center back. Enfor still down. A strong force with his quick feet up top for Lansing. Cameroonian player, spending 2 years at Wingate University. 15 goals, 9 assists. And 2 tallies, of course, this season for Lansing Ignite in his now 10 appearances. He'll walk under his own power off the field, always a good sign. There's John Milracy surveying the sidelines and looking for that equalizer. A frustrating night so far for Tormenta as they're facing just the 3rd match at home this season where they would drop points, making it not a win at home. It's that loss against Madison and that draw earlier this season against the same Lansing squad. Tormenta building from the back. Phelps takes it in, back to Vignoles. Antley chips it ahead, deflects off of N4. This will stay in play and clear back the other way, but outside of the boundaries of play. Antley takes the throw in relatively quickly. Cuts it back, but straight to Kyle Carr. N4 clears this downfield, and it's straight back to Micheletto. Micheletto stepping up, surveying and finding Arslan down the right flank. Try to work the give and go. As we're back the other way. Phelps winning the ball from Minzingen, out of play, and a throw into Tormenta. Morrell 1v1 on the near side. That's back over, deflected off of Carr. Vignoles moving down the right side. Ball sent in, brought down and knocked outside the box. Micheletto through ball to Arslan. Arslan holding it up. In there and scooped up by Cleveland. And rewinding a bit here while N4 was down in the Tormenta box. Codono right there coming on, making his first appearance now for Tormenta as Ricardo Gomez made way for him. So clearly an offensive substitution here, getting an extra forward on as Codono, the native of Irvine, California, originally from Japan. After 4 years at California Berkeley, then making 10 appearances, including a goal at Loudoun United in the USL Championship this season. He's on loan now with Tormenta for the rest of this 2019 campaign. And we'll see if he can pack a punch here. Remember back a few weeks ago, it was Oliver White making his debut for Madison and putting one in the back of the net against this Tormenta side, and we'll see if Codono can have the same effect here today on his debut for the home side. As Lansing looks to make a substitution here. And it will be Minzingen coming off, and it's Celso coming on. So another player that can stretch things here with his legs, certainly, as the Haitian forward Celso coming on to add to this Lansing attack. 1 goal, 2 assists for Celso this season, and now his 17 appearances. Cleveland gets us back underway here in the 81st minute. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN Plus. One of 2 matches still going on here in Week 18 of USL League One. Lansing up 1-0 on the Minzingen goal in the first half. It's been mostly Lansing since then, but Tormenta packing a punch, at least in the last 15 minutes about that. Gomez fighting through traffic. Vignoles takes over, and over to Micheletto. An update coming from Bree Stevens Field up in Madison, Wisconsin. 1-0 in favor of the Flamingos as they look to stay with the pack emerging here for those final couple playoff spots in League One. Already tonight, we've seen a draw at David Stanton Field in Chattanooga, 1-1 between Chattanooga and FC Tucson. As Celso breaks free here. Tackled off the ball, all ball, says the head official, as Phelps will move it down the field to Micheletto. Moon unable to win the ball there. Celso, some room here to move ahead as he's knocked down off the ball. And a free kick in favor of Lansing Ignite FC. Another look at this last sequence. As Phelps there, a little bit of contact, but on the second one, pretty clear foul as he cut down the recent substitute, Celso. And Lansing will play this out of the back. Lansing with a win today would continue their unbeaten streak and move it to 5. While Tormenta will be looking at their second home loss of the season. Stoneman back the other way, getting down the right flank, working against Antley as he guides it out of play for the throw-in. Hara, pressure from Pato. Running on to the ball now is Coutinho. Cardona next to him. Morel running up into the box, cuts it back, the shot, curler wide. Maybe took a bit too long to think about that shot, and still none on target for Tormenta. Another look at this one, the transition attack of Tormenta blooming here as Coutinho cut it back and had multiple options, finding Morel on the late run. But read well by Freekick, halting in his tracks and forcing that one to be judged wide. Dennis heads it on. Phelps winning it back, but so does N4. Zerda to his left with Moon. Knocked up in the air by Cardona. Out of play, though, would have been a great opportunity for Coutinho and Morel. But out of play, throw-in for Lansing. The way things stand now, North Texas SC would keep their 5-point lead on the rest of the table at the top spot in League One, while Lansing would move tied for second with Tormenta on the table. Back all the way and through to Pablo Hara. Volleyed up, Freekick heads it back, and enough on that to find its way to Cleveland. Keep in mind, though, Lansing are in trouble a bit when it comes down towards the end of the stretch, as most of the teams around them have 3 matches in hand over them. The only team that has played as many matches are Orlando City B at the end of the night. Antley takes the ball in after shoving his opponent away there. Foul is called as N4 took a tumble. Another look here at this one as Lansing wins an opportunity at an insurance tally. Clearly arm out, but both players battling there ahead of that call. Gomez knocks the ball off to N4. Trying to trap it in the corner. Morel won it briefly, but it's back with Cerda. Off of N4, throwing coming for Tormenta. Vignoles. Nice back heel to get it over to Antley. Arslan, Knutson, losing it almost to Celso. Phelps has to bail out his other center back as Micheletto up to Dennis, knocked off the ball by Moon, no call there. Moon back the other way, Celso there, cuts it back around, but right into the path of Knutson, who takes care of the ball. Moon continues his attack here against Arslan. Spins around, looking to put a dangerous ball into the box. They'll flick it off though. Moon. Carr. Deflected into the path of Vignals. Cadono. Morel. Morel working this left flank into the box. Cadono in there, sends it in for the goal! On his debut night, Shinya Cadono equalizing. It's 1-1. And of course that goal also brought to you by South Beach Tanning Company, as it is Cadono on his debut, sending one into the back of the net. A beautiful flick on a tight angle and over the arms of Cleveland. Another look here as the Tormenta transition bloomed here. Morel the service in, and oh, what a touch by Cadono. Tormenta equalizing here in the second half, nearly at the death. It's 1-1. As again, Lansing facing a lead in this match and allowing the equalizer to come. Hara will have the goal kick, and maybe now Tormenta looking for 3 points at home. Chipped wide here to open things up. Stoneman takes it in. No work against Micheletto. Serda cuts back around. Late tackle there. Serda goes down. And a yellow card for Micheletto, as a free kick comes the way of Lansing Ignite. As Coach John Milaresi having his say on the near side. Marco Micheletto also in danger of that yellow card accumulation and getting a 1-game suspension next time out. As he brought down Serda there, and Lansing a chance here as we approach stoppage time. As it seems as though John Milaresi has been potentially ejected here. That's at least the motion on the sidelines. As Kyle Carr stands over the ball, 4 minutes of stoppage time. As John Milaresi has been ejected from tonight's match. So looking at that huge battle with Greenville coming up next Saturday, Milaresi and Micheletto may not be available. As Morel fights through the challenge. And Carr and Morel, stuck in a bit of an entanglement there, and referee's trying to cool tensions here. One here, and things only just heating up here in stoppage time, as players look to cool things down along with the referees. And you hate to see a fantastic night of soccer end like this. The time still on the board for either side to gain 3 points. As the officials will talk this over. See if any cards are given here for the tussle that occurred at the end of that foul. As Carr and Morrell will both be shown a yellow card. And for both, their first of the match, luckily. But adds to the bunch here so far this evening. But now 8 total among the two teams. Vignoles through traffic. Ball sent over to Morrell. Cutting through, sends a cross in, attempt at the bicycle kick. Goes awry, and on the high boot there on the follow through, it'll go back over to Lansing. And we'll see if an extra minute or two of stoppage time is tacked on after all these stoppages during stoppage time, as Cleveland bats this into the Statesboro night. Nicoletto takes it himself. Through ball. But just past Coutinho as Fricky guided it all the way to his keeper as Cleveland takes it in. And forward, brought down from behind by Antley. On a key chance here for Lansing Ignite, maybe at the death. Kyle Carr stands over the ball. A one-man wall as Lucas Coutinho standing there. Carr sends it into the box. Over everyone, out of play. And a goal kick coming for Hara and Tormenta. So Tormenta may end this night with 1 shot on target, but that's the one that counts, as it may get them a point at home after being down early. Knocked down by Mood. Here's Gomez. Free kick won by Lansing as maybe the final ticks of the clock coming. Carr. They'll try the right flank now with Stoneman. Stoneman trying to work quickly. N4, top of the box, cut back, still around the traffic, goes down. And a penalty looks like has been awarded as N4 was at the top of the box, brought down. Yes, a penalty at the death. And Tormenta fighting back to equalize. But it may be to no avail, as Lansing has an opportunity from the spot. So close there to the edge of the box. And Hara will be in between the pipes, facing a penalty for the second straight week. As N4 there, if there was contact, pretty clear penalty there as he's inside the box. Well, that's the question, how much contact was there? But in the judgment of the official, that is a penalty. N4 will take it himself 3 points come down to this for Lansing Ignite FC. Can they do it on the road? Saved by Hara. Diving to his right, getting the paw up. And the Chilean, who has been one of the top keepers in the league this season, may have just come up huge to save a point for Tormenta. Another look here. Diving, and I have to say, nomination there for Save of the Week here in League One. Last second effort here as we continue deeper and deeper into stoppage time. Lansing with the corner kick. Ball sent in, headed up through the box. A cheer from the Tormenta faithful. And that's all. A goal late by Tormenta and a huge save by Hara. And that seals things here. A point at home for Tormenta, and Lansing giving up the lead, but still they get a point on the road. It finishes 1-1. Tormenta Ignite, as Tormenta holds on still to sole possession of second place here in League One. And they will remain now a distance from North Texas SC, but just 4 points now instead of the 5 they started the night with. Cadona finding the equalizer in his debut for Tormenta on loan from Loudoun United of the USL Championship. And then Pablo Hara, a name known so well in League One circles around the country, comes up huge with potentially the save of the week here in USL League One. We'll be back with stats, highlights, and more as we finish off the night here in Statesboro, Georgia. 1-1, Tormenta and Lansing.
There was a time when advertising was much more simple. Technology may have changed the way people live, but it offers you exciting new ways to market your business.
That's why CAC keeps up with all the latest trends in advertising methods to help you reach your customers wherever they are.
Targeted, focused internet and television advertising. CAC is your marketing partner that makes it all simple again and makes it all work together for you.
Contact us today and let's keep moving your business forward together.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Kick your internet into high gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
Welcome back here into Statesboro, Georgia. 1-1 the finish here between Tormenta and Lansing in the 2v3 battle here in League One. That man there, Pablo Jara, your man of the match, presented by Powerade. And if you were with us for the final few minutes of the action, you know why. When he had the save of the match, and of course, that brought to you by the Sack Company. Came up huge throughout this match. Plenty of saves by him, but also that PK save at the end right here, Mintzingen. And a diving save by Jara. That, your save of the match, brought to you by the Sack Company. And that coming up huge on a string of plays from the beginning that really Lansing could get things going in this match. Jara kept Tormenta in this match. They got the equalizer and then kept them alive, still at the death, as Jara, a diving stop, and any three of those could be up for Save of the Week here in USL League One. So stay tuned to that social media for USL League One if you are a Tormenta fan out there. So Jara deserving of man of the match, save of the match here tonight from Irk Russell Park. With that, let's take a deeper dive into this match here this evening as we look at this 1-1 result between Lansing and Tormenta. Here are our full match highlights coming from Statesboro, Georgia. As it was Lansing early on here on the road, looked like the narrative would be told once again of a road victory, but they just couldn't get enough chances to fall when they had the momentum in the match. Jara, so many saves in that first half when Lansing really got things going on the offensive end. And Nick Moon really made a difference in those first 45, coming down the right flank. Mintzingen a nice finish here, right past Jara, and that put Lansing up 1-0 early on. Another look at it. Moon with the assist here. He's been dangerous all season from that wide angle, and multiple other chances would come, but still Jara would prevail beyond that one goal that went into the back of the net, making a number of saves, including getting some help from the woodwork along the way right there. And there would be another one in the second half that came off the crossbar as well, getting help with the clearances as well. Here is that one off the crossbar in the later stages of the match, as Lansing kept on coming throughout it, but Tormenta really got things going. Final maybe 30 minutes of this match, they collected well, and here's where they broke free, as Coutinho able to hold the ball up here, find out his teammates as Morel and the squad got things going from the chance category as they approached deeper into the match. Their best until the goal came, as Morel took the ball down the left flank and went 1v1 with the Lansing defense, putting a nice ball in, and Cadono just enough on that to get it past Cleveland and into the back of the net. On his debut for Tormenta, he equalizes things. Here it is again as Morel with the assist, puts it through there and into the back of the net, trickling in, and hands on the head for Kyle Carr as that defense could not make the stop. And for though late, getting brought down in the box, and a penalty coming, but Jara the diving stop. And celebrating there, knowing that he preserved a point for the home side. And Tormenta finishes it 1-1 at home. The comeback and that one shot on target, proving the difference between giving up 3 points and getting one of their own, as Lansing had most of their great opportunities in the first half. 10 shots, 5 on target. A physical battle with 8 combined yellow cards throughout the action, and also 33 combined fouls between the two squads. An exciting one here in Statesboro, Georgia this evening as we take a look at our League One standings now. Madison did end up getting the win over Orlando City B. So now just a jumbled mess in the middle of these standings as things a bit closer even after this weekend, with Richmond getting 2 straight victories now, a bit more in the discussion than they were before, 7 points behind the playoff line. And Tormenta just 4 points behind North Texas now, putting some pressure on the top team in League One after a loss yesterday, courtesy of the Triumph. Triumph, a team that Tormenta will see next week, while Lansing will battle Chattanooga come Wednesday night. Well, an action-packed second half, an action-packed match. 90 minutes full of great soccer here in Statesboro. Finishes 1-1 between Tormenta and Lansing, an even battle, and deservingly so based on that second half. I'd like to thank our entire crew here on ESPN+. Stay with us for more action here Wednesday and Saturday next week in League One action. I'm Chris Makovic. Thanks for joining us this evening, and have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.